Hey fashion lovers, welcome back to the channel. In today's tutorial, we are going to be recreating this beautiful maxi dress. If this looks like what you are interested in learning how to make, then you need to watch this video till the end because my own recreation is at the end of this video. Before we start, please do well to like this video, subscribe to my channel if you are new here, and drop me nice comments. Now let's dive into the tutorial. This is the fabric that I'm using for the project. It is 2.5 yards of crepe fabric. If you are bigger, 3 yards should be enough for you, okay? So I'll start by folding the entire 2.5 yards of crepe into 2 equal parts. After folding into 2, I am going to fold in A-line form like so. After arranging your fabric in A-line form, in bias form, the first thing we are going to do is to get 2 pieces of papers, okay, that will serve as the front and the back piece, okay. So what I'm going to do is to neatly arrange those 2 papers on top of my fabric, okay. I'm going to trim off the sides, okay, so that the sides of the paper and the sides of my fabric are going to be equal. So the next thing I'm going to do is to come here and draw a straight line, okay. So this is now the shoulder line. So from there, I am going to go ahead and mark the full length of the dress, okay. So I have full length measurement of 60 inches. I'm going to go ahead and mark 60 inches as the full length of the dress, okay. The next thing I'm going to do is to mark the shoulder to chest line, and my shoulder to chest line is 7.5. So I'm going to go ahead and mark it down here. Under the chest line, I'll mark down my bust circumference. My bust circumference is 36. When I divide by 4, I have 9 inches. So I have 1 inch side seam allowance here now. Assuming that after marking your shoulder to chest line, what you have here is not up to your bust circumference plus your side seam allowance, you can go ahead and pull the fabric, but mine is up to my bust circumference plus 1 inch side seam allowance. All right, so that is why I'm going to leave it like this. But if yours is not up to your measurement, please endeavor to adjust the fabric a little bit forward, okay, before marking the full length and other measurements. All right, so now this is the chest. The next thing I'm going to do is to mark my neckline, okay. So I'm going to go ahead and mark my neck width of 3 inches. My basic neck width is 3 inches. So I'll mark 1 inch for the back neck depth, because this is 2 pieces here. That means 1 is for the back and the second one is for the front, okay. So I'm going to go ahead and mark down the neck line for the back first. Then for the front, I am taking neck depth of 3.5, okay. Then I'm going to go ahead and mark the shoulder divided by 2. My shoulder width is 14 inches. When I divide by 2, I have 7. So I'll go ahead and mark 7 inches. On that point, I'm going to come down by 1 inch as the shoulder slope, okay. So I'll slope the shoulder by 1 inch and connect to the neck width. So this is what I have. I am not going to mark the armhole, all right. The next thing I'm going to do is to mark the halter neckline, okay. And from the neck depth, the front neck depth, I am going to go ahead and connect from here to the armhole to form the halter neckline, okay. So I'll go ahead and connect like so. From here to the chest line is the halter neckline. So the next thing I'm going to do is to mark down that black combination at the neck, okay. So that is why I added this paper, to be able to cut out pattern for the black combination. All right, so what I am going to do is to determine the width of the black combination, okay. I want 2 inches as the width of the black combination, so I'm going to come here and mark 2 inches, all right, as the size of the black material combination, okay. Then I'm going to come to the shoulder here and also mark down that 2 inches too till I meet this halter neckline. All right. So this is the first line for the halter neck. So that is where I am stopping. Okay. This is 2 inches for the halter neck, and this is 2 inches for the round neckline. All right. So what I am going to do now is to go ahead and cut out my pattern. So you can watch how I am cutting. I'll start by cutting the back neckline. So this is what I have. Then for the down part, I am going to go ahead and cut out the down part. I am cutting only the paper now. I'm not cutting the main fabric. I am cutting only the paper. All right. And then for the front neckline, I am going to go ahead and cut out only the front neckline. Remember, I cut both the front and the back here. So I'm going to take off one and cut out the front neckline now. So now this is what I have. I am going to go ahead and mark from here, okay? On my fabric, I'll mark from here on my fabric. So that means that this part is going to be the black material. The paper will now be the black material. So I'm going to tape them at the shoulder line. This is the back and this is the front. So I'm going to come to the back and also take out 2 inches because I don't need this, okay? So I'll mark down the same 2 inches. All right. So this is what I need now. This is the front and the back, okay? This is the pattern for the black material, okay? So the next thing I'm going to do is to come here and mark 1/2 inch joining seam allowance, all right? That I'll use to join this pattern to the main fabric. So I'll add the 1/2 inch and then go ahead and cut it out. So now this is what I have. Remember that the back is straight. So I'm going to go ahead and make the back straight, okay? If you want the back neckline to be deeper, you can measure your waistline, okay? For mine, I just maintain the line straight. But if you want a deep back neckline, please use your waistline to mark the back neckline, okay? Then I'll remove one because I have 2 pieces here. I'll remove one as the front. Then go ahead and make the back piece straight. So this is what I have. This is the back piece and the front piece, okay? Next is to cut out the pattern piece for the black combination. So I'm going to fold my fabric into 2 and fold again into 4, okay? Then place my pattern on top of the fabric, making sure that the front is on fold. Now I will mark down 1/2 inch joining seam allowance all around the pattern because I'm going to turn the pattern over. I will cut out the fabric just like you see me doing in the video. Now this is what it looks like. I have about 2 pieces here. That means I will be turning it over. So I'm going to go over to my sewing machine now and stitch around the neckline. I'll stitch on this side and stitch around the neckline, all right? And for the middle of the back here, I'm going to add loop, button loop, okay? This is what it looks like after stitching on the armhole area, the middle of the back and the neckline, okay? You can notice that I did not stitch here and I did not stitch here as well. So I'm going to go ahead and clip on the curves, okay? It is very important that you clip on the curves so that it can lay flat when you iron. After clipping on the curves, I will turn over to the right side. Then I will go over to my ironing board and give it a very good press so that everywhere will be neat and smooth, okay? So now this is what I have after I am done pressing, okay? So the next thing we are going to do now is to fix in the front, okay? So I'll get the front piece and then join them together, okay? I'll get the middle point and then clip on it. You can see what I have here. So I'll get the middle part of the bodice as well and also clip on it by 0.25, okay? Now I'm going to go ahead and pin them together. So I'll go ahead and pin. So this is what I have. I am going to go over to my sewing machine now and stitch them together, okay? You can see that I have already joined the black material to the bodice, okay? And I went ahead to press the seam line open, okay? So let me turn to the right side. This is what it looks like from the right side. And for the back, I have already folded 1/2 inch for the elastic casing. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead now and fix in the elastic. I will cut out the elastic using my underbust circumference divided by 2 minus 2 inches, and I'll go ahead and insert the elastic into the casing that I have created. The next thing to do is to join them by the sides, okay? Now I will get the back piece and pin it to the front piece by the side. You can see that I have already inserted my elastic. So I'll start pinning from the hemline till I get close to the black material. So if your back neckline stops at the waistline, then stop pinning where the back neckline ends and then fill up the remaining space with the tie at the back. For mine, I have about 2.5 inches, which I have already cut out the tie and I had to stitch on it and turn it to the right side, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and pin it by the side to complete the side length, okay? You can make the length as long as you want, okay? On the other side, I will repeat exactly what I have done on this other side, alright? I'll pin the tie and pin the bodice. Then I'll go ahead and mark my side seam allowance. I have 1 inch side seam allowance, so I'm going to mark my 1 inch side seam allowance down to the hemline. I will mark the side seam allowance on both sides of the dress, okay? Then go over to my sewing machine and stitch on the side markings. After stitching on the side seam marking, this is what the dress looks like. What I'm going to do now is to go ahead and press on the seam line as well as hem the dress, okay? And here we have it. This is the final look. If you have learned something new today, please like this video and share it with your friends who might be interested in learning how to make this dress. Don't forget to hit on the subscribe button if you have not subscribed. Turn on your notification bell so that anytime I upload any sewing tutorial, you'll be notified. See you in the next one.